How would you feel if you found out one of your parents wasn't exactly who you thought they were? What if one of your parents wasn't even human? What if your father was a Greek god? This is the reality 11-year-old Percy Jackson must face in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. After being attacked by his math teacher, who explodes into an ugly flying hag and then tries to kill him, he runs home searching for answers. And then his mom informs him that his father is Poseidon, a god of the sea, which makes him a demigod or a half-god. Percy's birth was forbidden by a pact made by the big three, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. The pact was that none of them were ever to sire or create another child because of the large amounts of power inherited by those children. And now that he is discovered, Percy must go to Camp Half-Blood, a training camp for all the demigods. And then, to make matters worse and more complicated, Zeus believes Percy is to blame for Zeus's Master Bolt going missing. At Camp Half-Blood, Percy discovers that he's not alone in the world of demigods, and that there are actually many children from all over the country who are in training to learn how to stay alive in the real world, because demigods are frequently targeted by monsters and they never make it to camp. Once they leave camp, if they survive into adulthood, they must fight the many monsters that smell them out and attack them throughout their entire lives. Percy makes friends and enemies at camp, especially when everyone figures out who his father is, and they discover that Poseidon broke the pact. Some of his friends include Annabeth, a daughter of Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Luke, the son of Hermes, the messenger of the gods. One of his enemies includes Clarice, who is a daughter of Ares, who is the god of war. Percy realizes that his attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, and dyslexia, or the mixing up of letters and words, are signs of a demigod. All the other kids at camp have these same issues too. Because of their heritage, all the demigods' brains are hardwired for battle and reading Greek. Percy also discovers that some of his friends in the human world weren't exactly who he thought they were. His Latin teacher, Mr. Brunner, is actually a centaur, a being with a human body from the torso up, and a horse body from the waist down. His name is Chiron, and he was placed in Percy's school to keep watch over him, especially since Percy was never supposed to exist. Percy also finds out that his friend Grover is actually a satyr, a half-human, half-goat, whose job description is keeper, which means someone who is ordered to protect the demigods and bring them to camp safe and, most importantly, alive. To keep the peace among the gods, Percy must find Zeus's Master Bolt and return it to Mount Olympus in 10 days before all Hades breaks loose. With his friends Annabeth and Grover, he searches for the thief while trying to solve the riddle of the oracle, which cautions him that a friend's going to betray him. He must also deal with the understanding of his father and why his father abandoned him. All the while, it would appear somebody wants Percy to fail. He must battle monsters everywhere he turns. The closer Percy gets to discovering the truth, the more he wishes he was just a normal kid with two human parents. If you would like to find out more about Percy's adventures and battles, or if you like Greek mythology, be sure to read Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief.